Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies, a weekly podcast where Jarrett Reddick and friends get together and talk about a movie that they watched that week. Plus, whatever the hell else is on their minds. Get ready for the best hour and a half you'll have in the next hour and a half. Here they are, Eric, Casey, Sean, Amy, and because he's famous, his name's on the show, Jarrett. Welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies.
And now, Jarrett Goes to the Movies presents everyone's favorite podcast game show. It's time for 5 questions, where we ask 6 questions, and the high score is 7. Here's your host, Jarrett Reddick.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Roboto. This is also a very good, timely thing because this movie somewhat built around a game show. So that's interesting. That's fucking interesting, man. You know? I don't know if you noticed this, but it really is. Actually, that sort of is the connection to everybody because Big Earl is the producer of the game show. Did you guys know that?
Yep, Big Earl.
Oh. Also, that was your first question. I just gave that away. So,
God damn it! Next one.
Let's just go back to Chopin and.
Anyway, it's a military march.
March.
So,
and they're gonna do some sort of a rendition of. See what I did? I did a joke. That had with that movie in mind.
There it is.
Yeah, I just threw that in there free of charge, guys. That's free. I don't even get it. Guys, with us tonight, we got a good one, man. I am super happy, first of all, to have Dr. Jason Ellsworth, who will tonight get his 3rd appearance plaque and the first ever 30 appearances pocket plaque, everybody. Jason Ellsworth, of course, playing along with Kidney Pete. And would you like to introduce everybody to your son there?
Yep. So this is not Kidney Pete with me. This is my son, Braun, who is a petty officer, 3rd class in the Navy, and he's home on leave.
There.
All right.
there you go.
Yeah. Now, Kidney Pete, what do you think about Braun? Do you guys get along okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
He's a good friend, right?
Yeah, it was nice to meet him finally.
Yeah. He's home for the holiday. Now, Braun, Kidney Pete saved your dad's life. I mean, you have to, you probably think pretty highly of Kidney Pete, I would think.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. Well, that went well. Okay, guys.
Kidney Pete got really old lately.
I know.
Dr. Jason Aylesworth hit him hard over the holidays.
What the hell happened to Kidney Pete? Jesus Christ.
It's been a tough year for everybody.
4 days in.
It just sounds like an old lady.
I think he went a little bit grandma from Griswold grandma.
You did. All right. And then, of course, next, man, so glad to have you back so soon. I realized Sean reminded me that this is because of school and that you'll probably have to, sign off for a little bit when school gets back in. But Vinnie Cataldo is back again, ladies and gentlemen. Vinnie Cataldo. Still the worst record in the history of this show. And, but you know what? But starting to answer some questions correctly. Let's see how this goes tonight. But also, I would be, it would suck if I forgot to introduce him because he's actually playing, guys. It's everybody's new favorite married guy who will be a dad soon, right? You're going to be a dad soon. When is that again? Tell me.
It's supposed to be April 1st is the due date.
Okay.
Oh, that's
hilarious.
Right?
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I'm hoping, but
my nephew was born
we'll
on
see.
April 1st.
I don't know where the.
It's the best birthday. It's the best
My
birthday
niece
ever.
was supposed to be due April 1st, and she was born April 2nd, so she was late.
Right. So that is more of a joke, I guess, for this April Fool's thing. You know what else happens? You know what else that is going to timestamp that motherfucking birthday? I will just tell you. The new Bowling for Soup album will also be out on April 1st. That's right.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
That's right.
You have to have that playing.
New album, Pop Drunks Not Bread, will be out, and we are very excited about it. And the masters are done. Got to hear them today, and
They're going to be signed copies.
we will be doing all of that. It's going to be great. Good stuff. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. I'm sure everybody's writing down because you guys are all fantastic players and would never let me down. It is time for new notepads, by the way. Speaking of which, with the notepad thing, and you know what? I'll talk about this later when I do the other thing. All right, guys, here we go. Question number 1, which is, of course, about the movie Magnolia. The movie Magnolia stars many people that were also, what's this director's name, Sean? Paul Thomas Anderson also did another movie, I believe a year before or a year after. Was it 2 years? How's this question going, Eric? And be honest.
On a scale from 1 to 10, so far a 6, but I have no doubt with a little bit of work, you'll get a 7. No problem. Okay, so this Wes Anderson, I'm sorry. I realize I'm making this really confusing. All right, guys. What was the movie that at least 4 people in this movie were in by the same director and writer that also starred Burt Reynolds? What movie? This movie has... What? That was pretty good. I thought I rescued it in there. A real wordsmith you are.
This movie stars at least 4 members of the cast of a movie by the same writer and director that also...
Who you already named.
Who also... Oh, yeah. Wes Anderson. And Paul Thomas.
And
what's his name?
Did I mention there's a robot?
Paul Thomas Anderson. Is that right? Yeah, I fucking got it. All right, guys. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. We'll talk about this later. Then you'll be like, ah. All right. Let's go to Dr. Jason. What did you say?
Boogie Nights.
All right. And Dewey Cops.
Tango and Cash.
Ooh, good guess. Vinny, no fucking clue. Cataldo.
Just like my name. No fucking idea.
No fucking idea. Well, that's right. It was Boogie Nights. It's hard to name them all. Louis Guzman, Julianne Moore.
Philip
Okay,
Seymour
we'll talk
Hoffman.
about the rest of them later. All right, that's fine. All right, guys. Question number 2 will also, of course, be about the movie Magnolia.
Steel Magnolias.
All right, guys. In the movie Steel Magnolias, what was the nickname of the man who the little rapper kid said committed the murder? What was the nickname of the man found in a closet?
Can tell you exactly why that kid does not have a record contract, because that rapping sucked.
What was the nickname of the man? I guess I should say that differently, right? The man who committed that murder and put the guy in the closet, which really actually wasn't revealed, but I think I know who it is. Right?
Okay.
We'll talk about it in the movie, but I actually do think I know exactly who it is, and I'll tell you why later. All right. We need that nickname there. Dewey Cops, what you got?
Dr. Bang Bang.
Oh, that's pretty good. Vinnie Cataldo, what did you say?
The Worm.
All right. Oh, wait, that might be correct. Hold on. Jason Ellsworth.
The Worm.
It was the Worm. Big worm, big perm.
Or right. Dr. Bang Bang, which was a movie that I saw about 4 minutes of earlier today when I was in the bathroom.
Yeah, that was with Peaky Blue Blinders, right?
Yes. It's all connected.
Yeah,
just like this movie.
Damn it, straight to heck. Okay, guys. All right, no, I got it now. All right, guys. Question number 3 will, of course, be about the movie Magnolia, and in this movie, Frank, who is a real feminist, is giving a speech, and he says, "Respect the cock, take the what?" He says this more than once. Take the cock. Oh no, respect the cock. Take the what?
Thought it was tame.
It is tame. That was a typo.
Okay.
Respect the cock. Tame the... Yeah, because it's illegal.
You can't just take it unless I don't know. I don't want to give it away or anything.
If you want the woman, you just take the woman.
Is that a Cheech and Chong bit?
No, that's Three Amigos when he's talking to El Guapo.
I've never seen that movie.
Could it be that you were turning 40? All right, guys. Vinnie Cataldo, what you got, man?
Well, I went with my gut and I said sock, but that crossed out and wrote shock, but I know it's not right.
All right, that's a very good guess. Jason?
Tame the cunt.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. And
LeBron, don't listen to your dad.
I mean,
trust me, he's a sailor. He's worse.
The greatest. See, but in the UK, this is a completely appropriate thing to discuss.
That's true.
All right, Gage, what you got?
I crossed it in my notes. I have it right on my notes, but I put tame the pussy.
I am sorry. It is the cunt, actually.
It's supposed to be no pussy has 9 lives is the other one.
That's right. Okay, I like it. All right, guys. Here we go. Question number 4, Jason with 3, Vinnie with 1, Gage with 0. What is in the movie? What is the actual name of the longest running quiz show in history? Jason, what you got?
What do kids know?
All right, Gage.
The Price is Right.
Vinnie.
What do kids know?
What do kids know? Very good. All right, guys. Here we go.
I took it as a real question.
One of my last questions, or this is my last question here. Question number 5. We'll have Jason with 4, Vinnie with 2, Gage with 0. This will, of course, be about the movie Magnolia, guys. Fuck me in the butthole. I'm sorry, guys. In the movie Still Magnolias, what was the name of Julia Roberts' character? What is the first name of Julia Roberts' character? All right, Gage, what you got?
Tinkerbell.
Okay. Vinnie Cataldo?
I said Claudia.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Jason?
I went with Vivian.
No, those are all incorrect. I actually can't remember what it is, but I know all those are. Oh, Shelby, right? Got it. It is Shelby. Speaking of Peaky Blinders, very good. Oh wait, y'all didn't get that right. Sorry. All right, guys. Well, that basically takes us over to Eric's off on attention game.
Magnolia features a soundtrack heavy with songs by Amy Mann. Prior to her critically acclaimed solo career, she was the lead singer for a 1980s new wave band, which had a top 10 hit in 1985. You will tell me either the name of that band or the name of that top 10 single. No bonus points for getting both.
Walk like a man, talk like a man. You can turn that fan back on. I was an idiot. It's fucking hot.
Fucking A.
Like a man, my son. Okay, guys, here we go. Vinnie, what you got?
Read my name right there. Read it right there.
He has no fucking clue. All right, Jason.
I said, Eric owes me 3 hours for this shitty movie.
What?
Sorry.
I think that's right.
That is incorrect. Gage?
Men at work.
Where did they work? What men?
I can't get to sleep. I'm sorry, you are all incorrect. The name of the band was Till Tuesday with their top 10 hit in 1985, Voices Carry.
Hush, hush. Keep it down.
I was born a year later. I don't know.
Voices Carry.
Are you trying to tell me you don't know any music prior to the year you were born, or is that just an excuse?
I believe him. I
wasn't born for another 20 years. Are you kidding me?
Guys, that puts us in a very easy predicament to sort out. Vinnie, you did not win today, but you can bask in the fact that you also did not get the most questions wrong today.
For once.
Yeah, you did not. No, but you can sit back and relax and realize you did not lose today's game. You didn't win, but you didn't lose. All right, Jason, you've got 4. So that, oh no. Yeah, that's right. Jason, you've got 4. So you sit back and relax, and let's see if Gage can now answer Sean's super hard question to win it all or go home a loser.
It's time for Sean's questions, the 7th question, and sometimes it's hard.
Gage got 2 categories. Sexy time collabs, dropping the hammer.
Sexy time collabs.
PTA, or as he's known to the rest of the world, Paul Thomas Anderson, also directed the 1997 classic Boogie Nights. Magnolia and Boogie Nights share many actors. Exactly how many do they share?
You should have chose the other question.
I almost said that number.
Well, what you were saying was wrong. I will say that.
Well, you can shut up. You can shut the hell up.
And he still put what you said.
No, I said around 4.
Well, that is not correct. So Jason wins.
Oh. Yay, Jason.
How many was it? 5?
Thanks for asking, Jarrett. It was actually 12.
12?
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Jesus.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, like, you got to think, like, William H. Macy and all of them. Yeah, they're all, it's the whole cast.
The whole cast.
Philip
he just kept
Seymour.
everybody there. Yeah, just kept everybody there, like Tyler Perry. You know, just keep them all on site and shit. Well, Jason, congratulations, and congratulations on your 3rd and first ever 30 attempts plaque. We appreciate that. Vinnie, you couldn't pull out a win today, but you certainly did a lot better than you usually do. And, of course, Gage Stricklin, big old goose egg. And thank you for the gifts. If you want to stick around and watch us open those, just hang out on the chat. And if not, listen to this later. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Could not do this without you, and I absolutely mean that. Give it up for all of our players tonight. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Solomon, please, please. I am so fucked here if you do this. This is the worst timing I could ever imagine. I need to keep working. I have so many debts, so many things. I have my surgery, my oral surgery coming.
What surgery?
Oral surgery, corrective teeth surgery.
What is that?
Braces.
Braces?
Yes.
You don't need braces?
Yes, I do.
Your teeth are fine. Your teeth are straight.
I need surgery. I need corrective oral surgery.
Honey, you got struck by lightning that time in Tahoe. You went on vacation. I don't think braces is a good idea.
Solomon, just let me ask you once. Please, don't do this.
How are you paying for the braces, Donnie?
I don't know.
Oh, this is incredible. How much are braces anyway?
It's, it doesn't matter.
It's like $5,000. I've seen it, I know.
Oh, now you're pissing me off, though. This is fucking incredible. This is fucking stupid. You're paying $5,000 for braces you don't need?
I've been a good worker.
Don't do this, Donnie.
No need for braces, Donnie.
Where are you going to get the money?
I don't know.
You're going to ask me, weren't you?
I have been a good worker. A good and
no
loyal...
need for braces, Donnie.
That is none of your business. I have been a good and loyal worker for you, you fucking asshole.
Fuck you, Donnie. Watch it now.
Give me your keys, Donnie.
No, don't
give me your fucking keys.
The interesting thing about this scene is that you're sort of at the first expecting those guys to be like gangsters and to be like ruthless and shit.
That's what I thought they were.
They actually care about the kid, like, or the guy. Like they're actually going, hey, this isn't a good idea. What are you doing? Like what is happening? I mean, and everything is just about business and like, yeah, I mean, I gave you some money, but you paid it back 2 years later. I didn't charge you interest. It's, they're not. It sets itself up to be like one of those things where it's like, hey, we're gonna hit your knuckles with a fucking hammer real quick.
Yeah, I thought those guys were gonna come back to be bigger later.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I think establishing those guys as who they were leads to some of the anxiety that comes in the later scene.
Sure.
Where they just keep going in the goddamn building, and you're like, okay, y'all motherfuckers are gonna get shot. You should have waited till the next day and walked it in there, right? And just gone, hey, I snuck in here and took this. I'm gonna just back the fuck up. Yeah. Sorry
but
about that.
This Donnie and Stanley. I mean, I guess for people who haven't seen it, this movie jumps around a bunch. Like Jarrett said, it's kind of a little. Remember when we watched Moulin Rouge and it jumps around so much at the beginning that it's
Not
like
compared to this
it takes a while to get into a flight pattern that makes sense. But the whole movie does jump around quite a bit with these kind of seemingly different stories and characters kind of doing their own thing. But when they introduced Donnie, the former Whiz Kid, and is it Stanley, the current,
Stanley,
little kid on the show, like again, this kind of real people with real problems thing, that this one really stuck out to me, as you know, obviously Donnie being the has-been who peaked as a child and was famous as a child, and kind of the trajectory of his life, and watching Stanley kind of going through it now with a showbiz dad. Man, I found all of the scenes that had Donnie and Stanley really, really powerful in this one. I don't know how you guys felt.
Same
about that kind of subset.
That Stanley, every scene he's in, absolutely.
I think he was my favorite.
It just fucking rips my heart out every time, because you just, you know, it's so. And again, I don't know if this is irony, but maybe it is, maybe it's not. I mean, to Alanis Morissette it is, but the fact that he bitches at him for...
So the answer is no.
He bitches at him for having 3 backpacks. Who needs this many backpacks? But he's supposed to have all this knowledge, be able to answer all these questions. Supposed to know everything. It's like, why do you need this many books? I mean, the fuck? Like, the kid literally knows everything.
And if you don't want it to be crowded, then don't buy a Pontiac Fiero.
Yeah,
right.
That's right. You know, my brother wanted the Fiero before he got Dan Zam, by the way. And very true story. Do you know about Dan Zam?
I don't know what Dan Zam is. I know what a Fiero is.
Yeah, so basically this is back in the original days of this podcast where, do you love your brother? Every time I talk about my brother, Rich would say that shit to me. And so I told the story, and this is true, but my brother, for graduation, both of us got a new car for graduation, and he got a Trans Am, an 85 Trans Am with... And my brother's name is Danny, and he had personalized plates put on it, and it was Dan Zam.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And people, like my friends, would be like, "Oh man, your brother's Dan Zam? That's fucking crazy!" Like, everybody knew. I mean, it's a fucking small town, right? People, how many of those were around?
So, was it the black and gold?
No. This is 85, so it's like after it was shaped way differently. And
what did you get? They don't get you a Jan Zam?
A Taurus?
No,
CLI Taurus?
I got a Silverado step-side pickup, and they were like, "What do you want your license plate to say?" And I said, "Whatever the DMV assigns me. I don't really
VKY 1914.
Yeah, I'll take whatever the fuck the DMV decides is right for this. I don't need any more attention on me. You know,
I was known by my brother's car too. In high school, he had a gold Camaro.
Well, of course. But what year do you know?
No. If I had to guess, I would say like 98.
Okay, so a newer Camaro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't super old.
Well, they didn't make Camaros for a while. So probably like after they started making it again.
Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and he drove it like an asshole.
Like a fucking asshole. Yeah. This fucking Rusty.
The Rusty.
I just do want to say that in a Christmas miracle, we decided to try these Doers candies that Gage Stricklin sent. And oh my God.
Whoopsie.
Had like 4 of them.
Yep.
It's like a sweet taffy thing, and you bite into it, and then salt just like shoots into your fucking throat. I know, I knew you would like it. But I think it might
God, that's making me horny.
I'm almost positive it tastes like bit of honey. But I can't maybe that's not it. It tastes like something. But God,
it kind of tastes like those little peanut, what did you call them? Those
log cabin thing.
Yeah. It's like a white bar kind of.
Yeah, with little stripes.
Yeah, it gets stuck in your teeth.
Yeah.
But these don't.
Hey, so speaking of shitty candy.
It's so good.
You guys have like grandparents or maybe even your parents who had those
Talk
like
shit about the strawberries or I'll kill you.
Yeah.
No, those foamy orange peanut.
Circus peanuts?
Yeah, circus peanut.
You know,
oh yeah,
boy,
like that. That was like a
my grandmother had a jar of those that just must have sat there for 7 years. before I finally worked up the courage to try one. And maybe it's because it was 7 years old and it was the same bottle, but those things are quite possibly the most disgusting thing I've ever put in my mouth. And I've put
like a peep, because I fucking hate peeps.
No.
Well, I hate a peep.
It's
but it
like
was more spongy.
Yeah, it's the texture's really hard to explain, but it's a circus peanut.
I don't think I want one.
Yeah, it's the texture of a makeup beauty blender.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. And the color.
Huh.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. We had a guy across the street named Mr. Griffith, and we called him the Candy Man.
Mr. Griffith.
And he had a rock yard with cactus. And you could just go up there once a day and he'd ring the doorbell and he'd bring the candy bowl out and you could get a bucket of piece of candy.
That's adorable.
Yeah,
I know that a lot of people think it's creepy.
Jarrett, you've really grown up.
Back in the day, that was fine. Now, obviously, it'd be weird. And then I would go over there, and if you went over there and watched church on Sunday with them, you got cookies and brownies and shit. And it was fucking great.
And no touchies?
Jarrett?
No, nobody ever touched me.
See?
Bring those creamy thighs in here, Jarrett.
Child. Maybe some other kids got
Or maybe the man just wanted some company.
Come on, Chris. No, his...
Did he have a dog with two back legs that didn't work?
Oh, you're a good paper boy. No, his wife was there, Mrs. Griffith.
Never mind.
Who was the Griffiths.
That's creepy.
You know? And then their grandson...
Going to their house and going to his house sound like definitely different things, too.
Then their grandson would come visit, and we'd fucking beat the shit out of that kid. And then go over there and get some candy. Hey, you want to go to Mr. Griffith's?
Yeah, Mr. Griffith probably knew his grandson was a
he was a
twat
fucking
anyway.
So weird. I'm not even, I mean, you're almost 20 years older than me, and we still, like, we're just hanging out in adults' houses like that, like, all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a normal thing. It was very... Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we just go knock on someone's door and be like, what are you doing right now? And just be like, we're coming inside to look at that cool fossil that you have. And just like they just let you in.
Yeah.
God, I've got a cool fossil you can look at if you want to see something old. And
hard
and gray and
Me and my brother
never
moved
used.
to the big city of Louisville, Texas. And we were like, we're going to make some money and we're going to go door to door and ask like people if we can do chores or something for them. Because we did that shit in White
Yeah, totally.
And like immediately people are just like, where the fuck are your parents? Like, what are you doing?
Me and Becky Tyree started our own business and it was Odd Jobs. It was Odd Jobs Unlimited. And it said, we don't have a building one, but if you call us, we'll get the job done.
Oh my God.
And we passed that shit out everywhere and did odd jobs for people.
What was the oddest job that you did for a person?
We actually didn't end up doing any because we got bored with it really quickly.
Yeah, this is work.
And that
this sucks.
People were just giving us money to go away.
Yeah,
These poor
we
children
just wanted money, but Odd Jobs Unlimited, I feel like that's a good slogan.
It was, yeah, and White Red because
It's
it's
not
a
bad.
small town. Like even if they didn't really necessarily know you, like they would know you were somebody's kid, right? And they'd you know, have some old lady tell you to go like literally like beat the dust out of a fucking rug and all this, and we just do it. Like not in Louisville.
No.
Beat the dust out of a homeless
Nobody
guy.
wanted to give us a job. Nobody wanted to
knock the dust off that pussy.
Nobody even wanted to abduct us.
Oh wait, we're back at Tom Cruise. Sorry.
Yeah, the only murder that he ever committed was murder in that
vagina.
Katie Holmes' vagina.
Oh,
for real.
Damn it.
I'm glad to see that hostage situation worked out
Me too.
well
Good
in the
for her.
end.
She was doing it to Jamie
Because-
Foxx for a little while after that.
Oh, good for her.
Holmes.
Yeah, good for her.
He was or she was?
Yes.
Maybe both.
Both, I think. Yeah.
Nice.
Last thing on this clip I just wanted to talk about is just like William H. Macy in that bar. That whole thing is so just fucked. And you guys realize that the entire time he's in there, that's all one trip, right? Like it's not like he went and came back. He got there. She was like, oh, okay, back again, right? And there he is. He's like, I'll take what does he get? His Diet Coke or some shit. And then a tequila. And then he ends up just sitting like oddly next to the guy. And you can tell he has a crush on this guy. And they focus in on the braces. And this becomes like why he needs
corrective oral surgery.
He needs corrective oral surgery. Yeah. Man.
You don't need braces. Your teeth are straight.
You know what they do now with braces? You probably do, actually, because does Zoe have braces? Did she get them?
She did.
All right, so there's like a price But it's just basically like, hold on, no, here's the good. Y'all don't have to pay us all at once. Just pay us this much money until we're done with them. And that's it.
Yeah.
Like, they just bill your credit card every month until they're like, okay, we'll just, okay, couple more months. All right, we'll stop now. It's not just like some price.
There's a set price.
There is a set price?
Yeah.
Do I know about that? Oh, did we pay that with yours?
No, we're paying like monthly, but they give you a price. Like they can't just like charge. They can't just. Be
Why did we pay monthly if they gave us one price? Just because that's the way to do it.
Because you
so
split it up
don't
over.
Just make it 7 years. And
that's what I'm talking about.
No, they even say within that contract, like even if there has to be more work done, this is your price.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Unless you have to add like a completely different contraption or something.
Right.
Right. Which like a trapeze.
Yeah.
Like mousetrap.
Mousetrap.
A mousetrap.
Mousetrap.
A mousetrap. By Mattel. Okay.
Gosh, your neighbor's real worried for you.
Sorry.
You live alone?
Yes.
What's your name?
Claudia.
Claudia what?
Wilson.
Okay, Claudia Wilson. Are you trying to go deaf?
What?
Did you hear what I just said?
Yes, but I don't know what...
Okay. You're listening to music so loud, you're going to damage your ears.
Okay.
If you continue to listen to your music at that level, and they're going to damage not only your ears, but your neighbor's ears as well.
I didn't realize it was that loud.
Yeah. Well, that right there is the first sign of hearing loss. Okay?
Okay.
I see you got your TV on there, too. Usually keep that on at the same time?
I don't know. I mean, what is this?
You been doing some drugs today, Claudia?
No.
I know I said this about him in the Boogie Nights movie, and I guess maybe it's just the age that I saw it, because I saw it when it first came out, and maybe I just didn't really understand exactly what was happening, but everything that guy says is fucking funny. And I just didn't see him as a comedic character in Boogie Nights. I really didn't. I never really... I didn't laugh at things. And I wonder if I watched it now, if I'd be like, oh, fuck, this is hilarious. Like everything this guy says. Because, I mean, this is like Will Ferrell's fucking right. I mean, this is shake and bake.
Shake and bake, yeah. It's the bake to his shake.
Yeah. I mean, my God.
Well, he's like, so I think
he's
outside
of...
Hey,
I'm the magic man.
Outside of Philip Seymour, Phil Parma, the character Phil,
Myaz,
who is kind of the only Phil Myaz, is kind of the one character that they set up as like this devout person.
Sure.
But they kind of mock that implicitly throughout the movie. Where he's religious, but it kind of all depends on this favorable treatment that he gets from God, and so like when he loses his gun, he thinks he's being punished or like he's been forsaken for some reason. And when things are going well, or he's in the car and he's talking about, being a good person or letting things slide or whatever, it's this kind of, as long as God will accept that. I just found it a really interesting, again, the just kind of disparate characters that we get through this film. And we don't look, I understand that our podcast is generally 90% dick and shit jokes, 5% hibachi, 5% movie talk.
Multiple cocks.
Or sucking multiple cocks or sucking one cock a bunch of times in a row.
Where are you heading with this? I don't really understand where you...
Because every clip we're watching kind of is introducing a new character here. We saw Donnie in the last one. This one's Jim.
Right.
And I just think it's important for the listeners to know, that we get the Tom Cruise characters. TJ Mackey, is this kind of crazy, brutal sociopath. Jim is the devout one, Donnie, and kind of, in a way, Stanley, the kind of whiz kids searching for something beyond being appreciated for their intelligence or what they can do for somebody else. That's all I was
but
trying to say.
But also being sort of pushed down by those around them, right? I mean, Stanley doesn't fucking stand a chance. It's like the lady won't let him go take a piss.
Yeah.
You know, and even the show host talks to him, though it seems endearing. Even he is like, okay, stand the man. We know who it's going to be. Get over here. That kind of thing where he's like, that's not what I want. And his dad's like, picks him up. It's like, you ready to go win some more? And, you know, that kid. And again, I think the point is that that's the way Donnie used to be treated. And he sees him, you know, this is where the thing is headed. So just a little bit of, as we make this whole biblical tie, you know, I'm not sure if you research this or if you thought about it, but Magnolia is an 8-letter word with 2 A's being the second and 8th letter. This is an odd coincidence, which relates back to the numbers 82 featured frequently in the film as a reference to Exodus 8:2, which is, if you do not let them go, I will send a plague of frogs. So he features this number 82 throughout the movie in all these different places. And I couldn't figure it out, but I also didn't, if you guys picked up on it, the dad, Big Earl, was married 23 years. They also went to page 23 in their white. So there's also a 23 tie-in, and I couldn't figure out where that came from. But there was all these different reoccurring numbers and reoccurring themes and reoccurring deals where this movie is probably one of those that's like people that play Dungeons and Dragons probably get around and just discuss it.
Well, that's what's interesting. There's a lot of like there's some interviews and stuff with this guy that wrote it, and you know they're asking him these direct questions, and a lot of them he just won't answer. He's like, "No, man, like I'm building my myth up here. Like I'm not going to sit here and tell you if people are speculating all of these things. Like the things that are clear are clear, but if people are grabbing and searching for stuff, you know, that kind of makes it magical in itself. Like,
the point of the movie is coincidence,
that's how you
right?
That's how you make something legendary, right? Like you start,
and if you go out and say it, then what's the point?
Yeah, they compared it to the whoever's dead in the Beatles.
Paul.
Yeah, and
also think about Pulp Fiction, my favorite movie. What is in that fucking briefcase? Nobody knows. We can all speculate. You know, that's the thing. Just leave those things there.
Probably like graph paper and a slide rule.
No, it glowed.
Some important documents, an LED light.
I don't think LED existed back then.
Black light.
Oh, you don't think that?
A bunch of semen lighting up.
Just
like
the
4th of
black
July
light with a bunch of semen.
It's like, you know, when they propose and that little light shines down on the ring. I bet if you open up that briefcase, it's just a bunch of semen, but the black light opens up.
Remember that MTV show Room Raiders?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Y'all remember that?
I do not remember that.
It's actually funny. I think Zac Efron was one of the people, if you go back and look, which is hilarious.
No way.
Room Raiders was this MTV show about like high school or early college age kids. And it was like a dating game. So you'd go get kidnapped from your house, and then you'd have to watch from a van while there'd be like 3 girls in a van, like while one guy goes and raids each of their rooms to decide who he wanted to date based on like what their rooms were like.
Right.
But so you got like a toolkit. You had tweezers if you pick up a pair of underwear or something weird like that.
Light.
But one of them was a black light. They turn off the lights and look and examine your bed. And I was like, that was just always the creepiest thing in the world. Like, you know, like I think all those girls, like I drool on my pillow. Fuck off. Like, what are you going to do about it? You know? But yeah, like, can you imagine how horrifying that would be? Like,
that'd be terrible.
So 2 things. That show is fake as cheaters.
Yeah, for sure.
I just said Zac Efron was one of them.
2, going back to what Jarrett was talking about, in the beginning when they're doing that the 3-story thing, and you see the kid on top of the roof, that rope was tied in an 82. And I caught it and I rewound it, and I just kept rewinding. I'm like, there's got to be significance to this, but I had no idea that the rope against the ledge was sitting on there in an 82.
Well, the rope on Room Raiders was an indication that she worked with horses and cows.
Right.
And he didn't pick her because he thought she'd be smelly.
I didn't notice the 23 thing, though.
Well, the ropes that were being thrown in Marcy's room were completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Rails, you mean?
No, I meant ropes.
Okay.
Marcy's the prostitute lady with the gumball machines.
I'm not sure she was.
Oh, I thought you meant the other one.
Oh,
I think drugs. It could have been.
Okay, you're right. It could be. Oh, maybe the gumball machines have the drugs in them.
Brilliant.
And it's like buying a car at fucking, what's
How
its face?
fun.
Yeah.
Carvana.
Carvana.
You're
Oh
right.
my God, that's amazing.
And you don't know which one you're going to get.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Like your mom says, it's like a box of chocolates, you know?
That's right.
My mom?
No, you know that these things that Gage gave us,
You know what
you
you're
know
getting.
exactly what you're getting.
And you go for it again
And you just
again.
go for it again and again. Now, this guy sitting next to Donnie, by the way, at the bar, I just want y'all to know, is the guy that lives next door to Tom Hanks in the movie The Burbs.
One of your favorite films.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
How does that one hold up?
Everyone, Satan is good. Satan is your pal.
I've never seen that movie.
So she goes to the pharmacy. He's like, man, you got a lot of stuff here. And they're really fucking with this lady, right?
There
That's
is
like,
never any reason that a pharmacist or tech should be like
ever
that.
like that,
Ever.
right? It's like, look, I've got these prescriptions. Fill the motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they don't
You know-
have to. If they weren't going to, they just wouldn't do it. You can't question them once you do it.
Right. That's the thing.
Yeah, that was fucking weird. She did fucking
But her,
freak the fuck out.
her freak out here is one of the notes I took. Like, really excellent, not too terribly over the top where you go, oh, okay. But like what a person going through a breakdown in my, I mean, you know, as far as a viewer, it's what it seems like it would be like. I thought it was a really restrained freak out, if that makes sense.
She did good.
But,
I
like,
like
it's
that she-
exactly what you would say to someone. Like, how fucking dare you?
Well, I like too that she points to the other guy, like looking at me like that, like coming over here, like, you know, just all of it. Yeah. So,
plus, how uncommon is it for a lady to have two meds and then another one that's probably in a different
I was
name?
about to say it's
well,
got to
in
be a
Prosper,
different name.
it's very common, actually.
And can you just like pick up liquid morphine? Is that what she was picking up? Was that one
Well,
of the
you
things?
probably can. In that situation, Jared just shit his pants. Just so you know.
How do you hear that?
keep
Oh,
one
you keep
ear out
an ear
all the
off.
time.
Damn it, straight to
Oh,
hell.
do you have a squirter?
I farted a
it
little
was
bit.
wet.
I tried to hold it in as best I could, but there you go. Oh god,
That's
that was
exactly
wet.
what it sounded like.
Oh my god, sorry.
Do I need to prepare?
Maybe.
No, I think it's fine. Sean will be your.
All right,
Yeah.
Fine. It's
you
just
be my
dripping down the back of
cardinal.
his
It's not a
legs.
cardinal.
It's dripping
Canary. That's what you are.
It looks like when Stanley peed his pants.
On the
But we never got to see it.
Yeah, we did.
We saw
You got to see the drip
a little bit.
Oh, I'm telling you.
I mean,
missed
I feel
some
like
stuff.
I feel like you cliff notes the shit out of this.
I was
one.
peeling my feet.
Okay.
Fair enough.
What do you mean?
I got one of these things where you put your foot in the bag. Yes, I got it. I have pictures. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Kelsey has done that.
Crazy.
Oh, it is so good.
How do
I
your
got
feet
so many
feel
good
now?
pieces. Oh, they're beautiful. They're like a baby's foot.
Was
But
it itchy
yeah, I
or
was-
burny or
nope,
anything?
Nope. It was fantastic. Every single part of the process was wonderful, and I was peeling my feet during this movie.
Okay, fair enough.
It was anything I could do to not fall asleep. Okay.
Yeah, did you not enjoy it?
No.
Not at all, huh?
No.
You didn't find the characters?
I thought the acting was great.
Yeah.
I really did.
And you didn't like just trying to figure out the tie-ins as it went didn't keep you interested?
It did for a
That
while.
kept her awake-ish.
Yeah.
No, I really did. I was trying to figure out, okay, well, maybe this person goes with this person in this way. And then it just got so exhausting. And I thought it was ending 5 times.
Yeah.
And I just,
Man, I did not have that same issue.
And then when you were talking about at the beginning of the podcast, the scores, and it's great. And
We also split it in half. I don't know if that makes a
I
difference.
did too.
Okay.
Well, we had to.
Yeah, I had to. It was just too late.
Well, yeah, we had to peel our feet too, but no, I meant to say this earlier. Sorry, I keep
Can we
keep
just use
burping.
that as like a
Sorry, gotta
oh,
go
I
peel
can't
my
go tonight.
feet.
I've got to peel my feet.
That is in the movie Seems Like Old Times. There's this there's this scene where they're in court and the lady, their maid is testifying or whatever. She goes, "No, I could not be there because I had to go in to get the feed the script or whatever." and he goes, "Excuse me?" And she goes, "Had to get the feed the script." And then he goes, "Excuse me, what did you say?" And Charles Grodin just stands up and he goes, "She had to get her feet scraped." And the whole place busts out laughing, and he just goes like that. It's
How long
fucking
does it
great
take
scene.
after you do it to your feet?
Mine
start
was
to
like
peel?
3 or 4 days, but Derek's, he did it at the same night, and his haven't peeled yet. You want me to send you a picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
Has he ever gotten a pedicure before?
No, he's so ticklish. He cannot.
But are his feet are they calloused, kind of gross?
Like his heels are all cracked. They're
yeah.
really
That'll hurt.
dry.
Yeah, he needs some.
Yeah.
Thoughts.
Yeah. So will this solve that without going to the
we'll see. I think so
Korean
because I
or
can already
Vietnamese women?
tell that it's getting like white, and if I just get after that with a cheese grater or pumice stone.
Well, couldn't he just go to the place and do that?
Yes, but he will kick them in the face because he is so ticklish.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm ticklish, but I can sit there. You just, when your leg starts kicking, they'll just look at you and go,
It's like
ticklish. And you go, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's exactly what happens. I'm getting more ticklish the older I get on my feet. And there's this one fucking spot on my back that has never bothered me ever. Like our chiropractor, you've done it too.
Yeah.
We have like the Theragun, and like, well, I'll go to the chiropractor.
On your
and they
back?
have like the percussor. Yeah, just this weird random spot on my left side. And like I cannot physically handle it. And it makes me feel like a little bitch.
So,
That's so funny.
He orders these. By the way, some of these may sound like edits, but this is me trying to keep the show going.
Oh, right.
I was going to say something
Go
too,
ahead.
but it had to do with what Amy was. Oh, about
She had to
Your
get her
feet?
feet scraped.
no before
I just got a picture of Amy's foot on my.
no before when you asked her, didn't the trying to figure out the connection keep it intriguing?
Yeah.
I feel the first segment, those 3 clips, were great, but they set the movie up that you're trying to follow kind of what they showed. And I just think it was a letdown.
No, the point of the movie is there are no. What do police say? You listen to true crime, right?
Oh, all the time.
There's
sure.
no such thing as coincidence.
Right.
It doesn't exist.
No, but I'm saying like with the first one, with the murder, with the 3 people.
Sure.
And then with the lake, I just thought it was going to be more like, I thought this was going to be
the thing
like.
with the lake was fucking crazy because he's connected. We didn't talk about this.
Right, with the pilot.
So let's go back to that, Eric. So
I'm with Sean because
this guy fucking picks he gets picked up by this water plane, dumped onto a fire, and has a heart attack in the thing and dies in a tree. The guy driving the plane had been gambling at blackjack 2 nights before and asked for a 2, got an 8, got a smart ass remark from the dealer, went over the thing and attacked the man. And it's the same fucking guy. So the guy playing blackjack is the pilot. The blackjack dealer is the
now in a
scuba
tree.
diver in a tree.
And then the pilot shoots himself.
And then the pilot goes to fucking shoot himself. And then what
He
happens?
actually shoots himself.
I can't remember
That
what
one
happens
actually
there.
happens. And then it just shows all the splatter.
That's right. He shoots himself.
He shoots himself.
Yeah, because he can't handle the guilt.
But I'm with Sean. Like that sets you up for everyone is going to be super connected.
Yeah. Like I
aren't
thought.
they?
No.
How are they not all
I thought this was
connected?
going to be like Crash. Like
Yes.
very in your face.
I like all that. But
ABC.
this one you have
Yeah.
to think a smidge. They are all connected. Here's the thing. Big Earl, the guy dying, produces that fucking game show.
Yes.
Everything trickles down from there. Everybody's connected now. Who do you not understand is connected? Jim who?
Or Jimmy. No, not Jimmy. Jim, the police officer.
He goes into the daughter's room.
He's
and
in
ends
the
up-
daughter, but it's just not.
It's not enough for me.
It's very. I hate to say coincidental because that's what you're trying to prove.
But he also pulls the fucking William H. Macy out of the goddamn frog
But that
and
seems
shit.
so random.
And then the little kid
steals his gun.
Well, no, not even that. But then the little that they already had a relationship.
Yeah,
the
they
little kid's
were
the one
already-
that called 911 for Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
I don't think it's supposed to be that they're like directly in each other's lives. I think it's just supposed to be like
how things intersect.
It's like a theatrical
I feel like,
irony where you're supposed to just, the thing where like the audience knows and the people don't. Like it's not. I don't think they're ever supposed to know. It's
And
just
the
that
whole
you're
film, one of the things. Am I sounding terrible?
You're good. Okay. Great.
All right. Well, I mean, thank you. One of the things that the director has said that he wishes he would have done, besides shave about 30 minutes off of the film, was to kind of reiterate that all of this stuff is happening in about a 10 square block area, and that he didn't do a good job of kind of like we're talking about, that not everything is a web. We watched a movie that was like that, where everything was, connected, but I don't recall. But just that in this very small amount of space in the San Fernando Valley, these are the things going on that people are in some ways related to each other. In some ways they're not. And that, like Sean was talking about, these three kind of vignettes that set up the movie, we do get a character, Stanley, who kind of reiterates throughout the course of the movie, and these things just happen.
Sure.
Kind of, he says that on multiple occasions when he's sitting in that library. And so, I guess it might have been a neat thought concept to connect them more, but I kind of agree with Jarrett here. It wasn't that everyone has to be connected to each other in some way. I mean, to what end does that make the movie any different or better? It's just that in some ways they are.
I feel like he got the point across to me.
I definitely didn't understand that they were supposed to be so physically close.
He delivers
that. All supposed to be a coincidence, right? It's the phenomenon of crossing paths. It wasn't supposed to be this tie-in. It's just like, what a fucking coincidence that all this shit's happening and that this guy knows that dude and that dude knows this guy, and like it's just this kind of. He
delivers how
thing.
close everybody is at the end in the where people are in cars and they're at traffic lights and and it seems like they've come from so far away and here they are, and and it seemed like it connected them to me. At least because I even thought, I said, oh my God, the mom is right there. The daughter's here. They didn't even live that far away, kind of thing. But, who the fuck knows? All right. So, listen, I'm going to have to skip a few things here and there as we still got a bit to go. And, this might be a two-parter.
All right. So this is a big deal, though.
It could be a three-farter. I'll tell you that much.
We're at two.
I'm going to be
But this is a big.
That's a big one, but it's not as big as it gets. Okay, go ahead.
Well, that's good to know. I'm glad I'm not there. But this is a big part coming up where dying Earl says to Phil Parma that he wants him to find his son. This sets up at least most of the momentum through the last part of the movie to me.
But what's insane to me is the timeline. As this is happening, as he's getting interviewed, as Frank is getting sort of broken down mentally, or not even broken down, being pushed into his area that he goes mentally to be able to just sit there that entire time and then go, fuck you, bitch, whatever, and stand up.
Yeah.
Here is Philip Seymour Hoffman ordering nudie magazines because he missed the phone number of the thing. And by the way, back then you couldn't just rewind live TV. I don't know. If you know
honestly, this took me a good minute to figure out what he was doing.
Casey, I have to tell you something. I'm going to tell you on air because I'm so excited about it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Tomorrow, a guy is coming to take the DirecTV dish off the house.
Fuck yeah.
I saw that.
Nice.
He fucking wants to do it.
Who?
Just this dude from the neighborhood.
His name is Daryl. He's just a guy.
He wants one for his lake house. And awesome. I go, you can fucking come get this. My wife fucking hates it. And he's coming to get it.
Yeah, I thought you thought I was crazy because I wanted that off the house.
I do think you're crazy, but fuck it. It's getting, but also, hey, I goddamn did it.
Awesome.
I have 4. on my house.
4 on the house?
From each of the previous tenants. They just keep adding them.
Because they're aimed at a different area.
Oh my goodness.
You might as well put a couch and a car on blocks out in front of your house.
Jesus.
When I see those dishes, I just go, man, I wish you had a better job.
Do you remember those huge ones though? That were
yes, of course,
9 feet across that would just collect leaves.
100%. Well,
we had a satellite dish in a fucking town that the power goes out every time the wind blows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look, we went to church with a guy who I swore was the richest human being that had ever lived.
Yeah.
When they had, Jarrett, you might be the only one old enough to remember this, but they had a dish outside, a big dish.
Yeah.
And inside had a big console TV with
3 lights
with the red, green, and blue lights that shone up onto the TV.
That was the original big screen TV. Yep, same.
Yeah, that set about 2 feet in front of the TV and shined back up. It was.
You only saw
when
those
I walked in.
When I was a kid, you only saw those at pizza places. But Eric Wood's house had that, and they had the satellite dish outside. But trying to figure out what to fucking watch was crazy. This thing had to move and shit. But that is what at the first of American Pie, where he's watching the porn and it's all pixelated and shit like that. That's the kind of television you could get on that thing.
I hated Hours.
Well, I remember.
Oh, you hold your britches.
Oh my goodness.
I hated Hours because I'd be going through and HBO East has this movie on. I'm gonna watch it in 5 minutes because the satellite dish takes that long to rotate.
Oh my goodness!
When I first got the mini disc, you had to have DirecTV didn't have any of the movie channels. You had to have that and a completely different service to be able to have both. It was just a goddamn nightmare.
Didn't we just end up, it's not the thing that we ended up with because you just accidentally made eye contact with somebody at a Walmart?
Okay, well, I didn't feel like you'd bring this up.
I'm just saying.
Well, anyway, I made $300 and I got Sunday Ticket for free for a year, and we got rid of the greatest fucking cable service that ever fucking existed, which was
Fios.
And,
yes.
We got fucking rid of that shit.
And he's been a long time trying to convince me and himself.
No. Wait, hold on. No.
Until you finally accepted
Verizon Fios we don't have over here. I had AT&T, but not fiber. Uverse. Which was fine. But you are right. Verizon Fios is the greatest television cable thing that's ever existed in the history of the world.
Dude, my house in Wiley that I had my office. I had been working from home for a couple years, finally bought a house, had my office off to the side, put a TV in there, had it all, and had that Fios. And I mean, it was the second best thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life.
Nothing ever went wrong. Ever.
And then it just went away.
Well, so we had this AT&T Uverse and everything worked great. And it was fine, and the internet was fine, and everything was fine. Well, I went to Walmart with my kid, and the guy just goes, "Oh, hey, you like football?" And I went, "Yes." Yeah. And the next thing I know, I'm telling Casey, "Hey, we're switching to DirecTV." This is before AT&T bought them, so it's a competitor. And I go, I got $300 in gift cards and free Sunday Ticket for a fucking year. This is great. And all the movie channels and all that. She's just like, okay, great. But does it work all the same? Everything's the same. It's going to be fucking great.
It did not take long for the panic to start in its own.
It was horrible. It was the fucking
And I had already
worst.
walked past those same people that day, I think. They were
they
like,
got me.
"Hey, what type of cable service do you have?" And I just go, "I don't know, maybe you guys."
I don't know, I'm a woman.
Usually, and they'll just be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, exactly."
Yeah. Hey, back to this movie. I'm a fucking woman.
I don't know.
You want me to
maybe
call
y'all
my
and just keep
husband?
moving, and they just panic. They don't have to think of that.
Yeah.
And then he came home with gift cards and a shitty fucking contract.
We're rich, bitch. All these gift cards.
Fucking
I don't know why.
Circuit
Because it's
City
like,
or
hey, we
something,
can.
I don't know.
We'll pay for your cable. We'll pay for this shit for the first year. Here's $300 and give Walmart gift cards.
Yeah, Walmart, look over here. This one, take this one to Furs.
Oh my god, furs. Yeah,
man, those are some good, like,
I got my ass kicked on that.
Fairly recent, but like not so old references. Man,
Circuit
because
City
I bought a
Explorers, those are like
boombox
gift cards
at
that you-
Circuit City for my birthday with my birthday money.
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
Is it Cons? Is that like the one that's like...
That's a rent to own, right? Or no?
That's the one that
No.
would get us all the time. Me and my roommate, they would send us like $50 gift card to Cons, right? And we'd be like, we're going to go in there. We're not going to buy anything else. And we fucking wouldn't. Or like the only pieces of trash that could go in there and be like, okay, give us the Guitar Hero and get the fuck away from me. Like, you know?
Cons. I don't remember that one.
Because it was not, nobody...
They had one in Plano.
They were trying to get one over on you. Well, here's the thing. So, you know, again, we talked about the pharmacist being like, you could have quite the party here. And the other thing is, again, when I talk about Tom Cruise's acting, let me just say this. This scene where she just goes, okay, what'd your mother do? Well, she was a librarian, you know. And are you guys close? Well, you know, she's my mother. And she just goes, yes, but she's a woman. And well, my father.
She tells me, go for it.
You know, oh my God, do you have those dreams too? Anyway, so she gets him just like his face and everything about this character. He just goddamn fucking nails it. I know I've went on too long about that, but man, he is fucking great. All right, let's go on to the Frank clip.
I was swimming what was, as opposed to what I wanted.
Where does that name come from?
What name? My name?
It's not your given name, right?
It's my mother's name, actually. It's good. Good. Done your research.
And Frank?
Frank is my mother's father.
Okay, that's why. See, I had some trouble locating your school records at UCLA and Berkeley. And your name changed. See, 'cause they had no official enrollment for you.
No, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't?
No, because I was never officially enrolled there. Was that unclear?
Kind of.
Oh, God. I wouldn't want that to be misunderstood. No, my enrollment was totally unofficial because sadly, I couldn't afford to pay the tuition up there. But there were 3 wonderful professors who were kind enough to let me sit in their classes. Their names were McCready, Horn, and Langtree. Among others, you're welcome to call them if you like. So I didn't get a free ride. So what we're looking at here is a true rags to riches story. That's why people respond so strongly to Seduce. Because in the end of the day, Seduce may not be just about picking up chicks, sticking your cock in. It's about finding out what you can be in this world, defining it, controlling it, and saying, I will take what is mine. And one of you just happened to get a little blowjob out of it, and what the fuck, why not?
Okay, there you go.
Okay,
Oh, I can, and I will. Yeah, man. I mean, this fucking character, God, you just want to punch him in the goddamn fucking face. But
How much money would it take for you to give Tom Cruise a blowjob?
Oh, are for real? All right.
Yeah.
So what are the circumstances of this sitch? Well, does anybody ever have to know about it?
Yes.
So everybody has to know about it.
There's the everybody has to know premium.
All right. So basically it's public knowledge.
And also you have to admit that you kind of liked it.
Okay, so I have to blow Tom Cruise. Then
you have to admit you liked it.
I'm the guy who blew Tom Cruise, and but I have to be like, yeah, I sort of liked it.
$20 million.
Yeah, like it wasn't that bad. 20 million. I'll do it for $5,000.
$5,000?
You're telling me $5,000
on the phone?
There is no fucking way. No, I was actually going to say $2 million because that way I clear.
So you're telling me for 1.5 million you wouldn't do it, but for 2 you would.
But I'm pretty sure that he's a Scientologist, so I'm sure everything has to be
I'll
silent
do it
in
for
the room.
free, but
No, not his butt.
No, not in the butt, buddy.
Not in the butt.
You're just
either
blowing
one.
him.
If I can make sure that he never ages and that he will continue doing Mission Impossible movies.
Now we're getting into magic.
Literally until I'm dead, I will do it for free.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. You can say $2 million, but then if someone goes, okay, so not for 1.5 million?
Nope, there's
you
no
do it
bargaining.
for 1.5 million. And then if you would do it for 1.5 million, you do it for $1 million. And if you do it for $1 million, you do it for 900,000.
I just told you my price. I want to clear $1 million. So $2 million, half of it goes to taxes. I want $1 million in the bank. I blow fucking Tom Cruise. I'm not.
Well, I would do it for 5,000 tax free.
That is crazy to me that you would really do that to Tom Cruise for $5,000.
I would do it for $5,000 every time he wanted me to suck his dick.
Okay, you're getting a little cocky here. I'm not quite sure that he would want you back.
Let me ask you this.
You're trying to tell me that in my fantasy, Tom Cruise can't want me to suck his dick a bunch of times?
Are you sucking his dick and like you're cupping his balls and like giving him the full treatment?
I mean, who knows what happens when you get down there? I don't know.
Right. Okay, and you do have to act like you enjoy it. I get it, man. Now, how about when he spills?
But who knows? But who knows? Like, as a straight person who's never had had a penis in their mouth, like, if you were in a situation like that, would you just kind of like eventually start?
Well, we've all done the thing
grabbing it.
That's the thing. We've all done the thing where we like sit,
try to be good at it.
You like sit in Spanish class and all of a sudden you're just thinking about sucking a dick and you're like, fuck, why am I thinking about sucking a dick? You know? And you're like, that's a
so
thing.
you
right?
have been a wondering person.
100%. I mean, and also there's no man that can go, man, I'd be terrible at sucking a dick. Like once you get the teeth thing figured out, you fucking suck the shit out of that thing.
I know, but that's different because that's just problem. Like, that's just moving your head back and forth and keeping your teeth out of the way. But like if you were really down there and you already have to be doing it, would you just start like grabbing it?
Yeah, because you want to get it over with as quick as you can. And you want to do a good job. I mean, we're men. We want to do a good job at anything that we take on, you know? And
why do anything if you're not going to do it well?
Don't half-ass anything, including blowing Tom Cruise. You know?
So let me get this straight. In your fantasy, Tom Cruise
How did this become your fantasy?
comes
I
after
don't know what
you.
Just happened.
And
he's got $2 million.
And you tell him no, and he still comes after you?
Indecent proposal, right? And he's just like, he tells Casey, hey, I want Jarrett to blow me on this boat for $2 million. Now, don't offer her the 1.5 because she's going to take it. This is about me.
Sure.
Yeah. And so I'll just be like, look, here's the thing. I'm gonna
Jarrett, get over there and suck that dick.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the tabloids
Take
for a
one for
while.
the team.
And then I tell the band, I'm like, guys, I'm not sure if this is going to be good or bad.
Guys,
but
pack your bags. We're going on the road.
It is 2022, and it's not like people can give me shit for it. I'm just doing the best I can.
It's the I Blew Tom Cruise tour, brought to you by Van Full of Nuns and team. Don't panic.
And all of the guys. Yeah, no more. I don't know, man. I'm sticking at 2 mil. And honestly, the thing, it's not the sucking of the dick that got me, Eric. It's that everybody has to know. Because that's a big deal. Like your children are going to know that you sucked the fucking dude from Top Gun's dick. And there's a new movie coming out.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, people are going to be like, hey, what are you doing? Going to see your dad's boyfriend on the fucking... Yeah.
When is that coming out?
Next April, I believe. I don't know. I just
next April or this April?
This April, but I just made that up.
Hey, the new season of Ozark comes out at the end of this month.
What? Ooh, that's exciting.
Unbelievable.
Like the 21st or something.
Well, let's go to the next clip, Sean.
Stanley the man.
May 27th.
I don't know the answer.
That is not right. That's not right, Stanley. The correct answer is Ravel. Ravel. And now I'm going to have our three whistlers pleased to present the next musical. There were three musical sections here, and this will be the third section that the whistlers and they'll play a piece that's very recognizable. It's Chopin, actually, and it's in the style of March Militaire. It's a very recognizable piece. So if you please just listen to this, and I'm sure you can identify the. I'm sort of giving away the answer here, but it's Chopin. I don't mean to give away the answer. It's please sing us a ditty, guys. A Chopin ditty. Let's have a Chopin ditty. I can't.
Go to the card. Go to the fucking card. Go to the card. Go.
Go to the card.
Card of all three.
I think the music adds so much to this movie.
Oh yeah,
and it's something that you don't get a lot anymore, where there's music going the entire time, and it's going from scene to scene, and it sort of ties things together as well. You know, like it's like, okay, this is this vibe. We're going back and forth to these things, and here, you know, is the mood, and just god damn, it's fucking great. I think it's really, really good. Man, God, we're so early in on Jimmy. I mean, the girl is all coked up and he just wants some coffee, and, you know, they obviously end up going out on a date. And, I mean, man, I guess the one thing with that story is, you know, he gets himself out of there. He goes to the area and that fucking shots fired. Now, this is what I wanted to discuss, and Casey isn't in here, so I'll wait. But I wanted to discuss with you guys the worm.
Oh, geez.
And who we think killed the guy in the closet and what the deal is. Okay?
Or who could do the worm the best amongst all of us.
Sean.
Okay, I bet that is Sean, yeah, for sure.
Have you guys not seen how long I am?
Yeah, that's just more body to work
fucking
with.
Bragger.
Yeah, it's wormy.
Yeah. Well, fuck it. Let's just talk about it. When it is brought up about the little boy, I can't remember who says it, but they talk about him, and it's I think it's Marcy, and it's her son and her grandson, and the guy in the brown jacket has to be her son. So he is
Agreed.
He is the one that killed the guy in the closet, and the grandson knows that.
Yes.
And he's the worm. Okay, so y'all already knew this.
He grabs the gun and runs off with it, doesn't he?
The little kid does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the guy in the brown jacket that's running up that's actually shooting at the police officer?
Yeah.
That's his dad.
Yeah, it's
Right.
Marcy's son.
Marcy's son. And that kid is Marcy's grandson. So
yeah,
we're
he
on the
knows who
same
did it.
page.
That's how he knows who did it.
And he killed that dude and stuck him in his mom's closet. And that's the reason the little kid won't say anything. He just raps about it because it's his dad.
And that's the reason why that night she was cleaning out her closet.
Yeah.
I got it.
I didn't. Sorry. I don't know rap.
It was white people rap, if it makes you feel better.
Oh, nope. Don't know that either.
The first
Okay, so the last time I was at the bar, it's been quite a while, but one of our African-American friends sat down with us, and we were just talking, and I said, I've got a question for you, and I want to see if you guys will answer this the way that he did. I said, a bunch of white people get together at a house party, college party, whatever. They will absolutely listen to Tupac, Snoop, any number of black artists. It comes on, everyone loves it. I'm like, but in a party like full of only black people, are there any white artists that could come on the radio and that they would be like, fuck yeah, this is awesome?
What was the answer?
Well, I want to see if you guys can guess what his answer was, because there was literally...
Can you repeat all of that?
Elton John.
Can you just repeat all of that really quick? Just because I'm dealing with a censor in the room. Go ahead.
So I was talking to one of my black friends, and I said, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to be honest about it. And if the answer is nothing, that's fine. I said, but a bunch of white people, like college party, or even people might, like when we get together to play cards here at my house, we will listen to all kinds of music, including rap music, TLC, Missy Elliott, Snoop Dogg, Tupac, whoever. Like, that's totally a thing, gets people hyped up. So I asked him, I said, in a party full of only black people, not a white person to be seen, is there any white artist that could come on the radio or on the, DJ, and black people would be like, fuck yeah, right, this is fucking rad.
So is this a funny answer or is it real?
It's a real answer. I mean, because this is a real conversation that I had in a bar.
I think Eminem is an easy one, but I'm going to say Rick Astley.
Okay, well, I think Eminem was one of the answers, and then the other was Eric B., who is like a hip hop artist who's
Eric B.
What about? No, not Eric B.
What about Black Bear?
No, not
Never gonna
John
give
B.
you
John B.
Never gonna let you down.
Black.
Never gonna
not Eric B. and Rakim.
John B. Desert you.
John B. is a fictional character from Outer Banks.
Hoist up the John B. sails. See
the Sloop John B.
Oh wait, there's a DJ named John B.
Yeah, I think that's who they're talking about.
So the answer was Eminem, and I got it right.
44-year-old British
and John B.
DJ.
The fuck?
That was it.
John B.
Those are the only answers.
No idea. Not Elton John, huh?
Not Elton John, not the Beach Boys.
I think we need to take a bigger poll.
Oh, the Beach Boys.
Yeah, everybody says that at those parties. Now, if we're
I like that one.
Sorry, guys. Okay, so let's get past this clip. I already said the thing about 23. This guy's doing the thing where he reflects and everything. This Julianne Moore, she's trying to kill herself. I felt bad about saying the thing about her not taking her clothes off. Now, the one thing that I thought was super, super cool about this that I've never seen another movie do is when they start playing It's Not Gonna Stop by Amy Mann, and they just go through everybody, and everybody's singing it in their one situation, and it's almost like, okay, guys, we're lighting the fuse. Here it comes. Here's where everybody's at right now, right?
I wondered for those who enjoyed the movie, and I wasn't sure that Sean, well, I knew Sean didn't, or at least was confused by it. I wasn't sure Amy would, and I really wasn't sure how anybody would feel when you do a 3-hour drama movie for a podcast that's supposed to be entertaining. But I will say there was a part of me when that scene came on, that song Wise Up by Amy Mann is so good. But I wondered if it would kind of ruin it for the people who were enjoying the movie, that it's kind of this all of a sudden breaking the fourth wall, like suspension of disbelief type thing where, okay, the whole movie are these vignettes of these interactions with people, and then now all of a sudden everyone's singing the same song at the same time. Like,
I thought it was perfect, and in fact, I think the soundtrack is fucking perfect. I think it drives the vibe. It sets up all these things. And again, I like this. It's almost like a restart of like, all right, we're all in. We're in whatever situation we're in. I liked it. I mean, not something I've ever seen done before, which was really cool.
Yeah. I liked it too. I wondered if that would be a thing that kind of was off-putting for people.
Not for me. I don't know. You guys?
I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was super cool. I didn't hate it.
Oh,
I think
Casey,
I was
what'd you think?
at that point just trying to get through.
I did like this movie, but I still am the same way. I don't think I had any crazy strong feelings about it. I thought it was cool, but it wasn't like.
I just mean the singing thing where they all start
that's what
singing.
I'm talking about.
Got it.
I'm saying I think me and Amy have different opinions on the whole movie, but I agree with her on this segment. I was like, that's kind of a cool thing, but I didn't think too far into it.
Got it. All right, Sean, next clip.
Frank? Jack, right? Are you Phil? Yeah. We tried to get in touch with you. We got disconnected. Yeah, stay in, Max. Stay in. Hey, come on. All right, please.
I got the message.
Yeah, I couldn't find you. Earl asked me, so I looked at the address book. There's no number. There's nothing. Hey! Hey!
Is what's her name?
Linda. Oh, she went out. She's not here. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do here. Your dad asked me to try to get in touch with you, and I didn't have the number. I called the number. Do you want to come in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Phil?
Yeah.
I will drop kick those fucking dogs if they come near me.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
Come on in. Come on in. This is Blake. This is...
Clear the map.
Miles. Here we go. All right, he's in here. So we all go in here. Come on. You want to go in?
No, just stand here a second, Phil.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Like dogs?
I didn't notice that he actually kind of kicked one.
Yeah, he does. He shoves that one away.
Yeah.
Which is great.
One thing I really like about that scene is if you notice how, I know it works two ways, but he spends most of his time talking on the other side of that door.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that was to also block the dogs because you can't tell them when to bark and when not.
Sure, there's a dog trainer on the other side.
Yeah,
of
they
that
probably,
thing,
because
telling
you
them what
notice
to
as
do.
soon as Tom was about to come in, that big boxer got pulled away.
Right.
And I wonder if there was just a microphone right on the other side of that door.
Well, and he could do his lines later, but for sure, there's a dog trainer on the other side and telling them what to do. But super cool. Dogs did a good job,
Well, he'll drop kick those fucking dogs.
Philip Seymour Hoffman did great too, just acting like the dogs were a goddamn nuisance, right? Well, here comes everybody's bullshit, right? We've got the guy breaking into Solomon's. We've got the guy confessing to his wife that he cheated on her a bunch, and her just going, "Hey, how come our daughter doesn't speak to you?" And it's like, I may have molested her. Fucking
Also,
what?
Why did you wait until he's dying and then confessing
the
everything?
question.
Come on, if it's that big of a deal
Exactly.
and you're about to just leave his dying body on the couch, it had to have been a really big deal.
100%.
And you had to have been sitting on it for decades.
Yep, agreed.
I feel like it would have had it would have had to have been something that since she was still speaking to her, like maybe she asked and the girl just wouldn't, like maybe it's just something that's been on her mind, but like it's just too hard of a question to ask. Like if you ask your child,
and you think
what
if he's
happened,
being honest now, then
yeah, exactly. He's on his deathbed. Like I want to know what really happened because maybe.
okay.
That's I don't know. That's kind of how I perceived it. Maybe maybe nobody will tell her why, and maybe she's wondered. But maybe
I didn't even think
hard...
about the fact that they were still talking, actually. And so that's a good perspective in that, like, I didn't even consider the fact that the mom and the girl were still talking and the girl doesn't talk to the dad.
I
can understand
I guess I assumed that whenever she showed up at the end and the girl was like, I feel like it was just like, Mom, Mommy. Like, I feel like that's...
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep.
I just, as a mother, I just can't understand sitting on a question. Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but fucking ask it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
I don't know.
I guess it's maybe how I perceived it. Maybe she has asked
It
the
makes
question,
a lot
just
of
hasn't
sense.
asked him.
Yeah. That's true.
And just the fact
I
that
don't
he
know.
says, "I don't know." I mean,
Yeah, that's
my
fucking gross.
God,
That's a
it's
worse
like-
answer than just
yes.
It is. It
and
really
then,
is.
And then he's just like, "Hey, if I tell you that I know, will you stay?" And it's like, fuck, stop.
Ew.
Stop, just fucking stop
So
doing this,
gross.
man. Just so crazy.
Yeah, and what did he want? What did he want her to say? Because she says, right, no, of course not. But like, what goes on in your mind that makes you think that just admitting to it is somehow better?
Well, and obviously
Like,
his mind isn't fully functional anyway.
Right.
Like during the show, he was kind of off. He didn't have one track. He couldn't stay on it.
Well, and apparently frogs are heavy.
Good God.
Jesus, they're breaking car windshields.
I don't think that there's anything in the world that I think I'd want to experience less than that.
The going through the skylight though, where they my God,
That's
it's
pretty
so
good.
great. So this is real. This can really fucking happen. I'm not kidding. Like, this is real. There are like documented things of like tornadoes and things picking up.
Sure.
It's not exactly this.
No, this is
Yeah, I
great.
was gonna say this.
This
But there
is
is the guy that wrote it said that he actually knew about the frog phenomenon before he knew about the biblical reference, and that he tied the two in the movie or whatever. But that there's like this thing that happens where it like sucks up a bunch of water, moves it over, and then just dumps it, and you'll get frogs and fish.
And scuba divers.
And there's like documented cases of like frogs and fish. Like there's a big one in 2005, I guess, or there was a
what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just called like, what is it? Let's see.
El Nino de los Coquí.
While she looks that up,
A rain of animals is a rare meteorological
You sound like me on trivia night.
phenomenon in which flightless
The
animals
19th
fall
century-
from the sky. Such occurrences have been reported in many countries throughout history. One theory is that tornadic waterspout picks up the creatures and carries them for up to several kilometers. So it just fucking picks them up and then just goes and drops them.
What's it called again? Just
a rain of animals.
A rain of animals. Can you imagine? It'd be like Mitch Hedberg's joke. I just got caught. Like, where'd you come from? The sky?
But you can go look at pictures. I don't think they should have any pictures of the frog one necessarily. Well, maybe, but there's a big one with fish, and there's just fish fucking everywhere.
Yeah, it's
They're
the band
fucking?
fish though. Yeah, just
They're fucking all over the
bitches.
place.
Yeah, because they're a jam band and chicks love it. What were you gonna say, Sean?
Trivia. Does anyone want to take a guess on who made all the frog molds?
M. Night
Rob
Shyamalan.
Zombie.
Love that.
No.
Okay, Adam Savage.
Who's that?
The
Mythbusters.
The ginger from Mythbusters.
I like that
is
guy.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very cool. Man, listen to our reaction. We're fucking stoked. Yeah, go ahead.
And there is the account of the hanging of 3 men, and a scuba diver, and a suicide. There are stories of coincidence and chance and intersections and strange things told, and which is which and who only knows. And we generally say, well, if that was in a movie, I wouldn't believe it. Someone so-and-so met someone else's so-and-so, and so on. And it is in the humble opinion of this narrator that strange things happen all the time. And so it goes, and so it goes, and the book says, we may be through with the past, but the past ain't through with us.
Yeah.
Why did the dog die?
Because
He
it ate the
pills.
pills off the ground.
Remember when Philip Seymour Hoffman was on the ground trying to pick up the pills? He had dropped them all over the
And he
place.
kept going, "Don't
and the
eat
dog
that."
kept going, don't eat that, don't eat that. It
Oh, I didn't realize it actually ate it.
Well, it switches over to the man and then it goes back real quick and the dog's eating like
Oh,
a few of them.
Yeah. Like several.
Or he got
Yeah.
drop kicked by
See, that's
Tom
what I
Cruise.
was thinking. Was it the kicked one?
Or he ate a bunch of chocolate, because drugs are like chocolate to dogs, or chocolate's like drugs. Something.
By the way, the chocolate thing is a bit of a myth. They can't eat cooking chocolate, like the dark cooking chocolate. If they eat like chocolate, like you and
Like
I,
if Milo eats an entire tray of brownies and you have to call poison control.
they just tell you that he's going to have diarrhea for a
and then he
while.
does.
And then he does. That's the end of that deal. And yes, if they eat an entire chocolate bunny, same result. Or if they get into a bag of Reese's peanut butter cups, unwrap them all with their teeth, and leave the wrappers gooeyly on the fucking floor, they get sick a smidge.
Not the Reese's.
Yeah. So, well, here's the thing. This last scene made me so fucking anxious because I kept thinking something bad has to happen to Jim the cop. I'm like, he's letting this guy back in, and they're in this. I'm just like, they're gonna fucking think he's robbing the place and shoot him in the back of the head. That did not happen. And so that's the thing. He ends the thing with, "Hey, who can we forgive? What can we forgive?" It's part of the job,
Dude,
right?
the monologue that he gives at the date, the dinner, sitting there at the table,
yeah,
with the, I'll listen to you. I won't be judgmental. I know that I can be judgmental. I won't do that. Like, that whole thing was so powerful to me, and I think it's entirely possible that if the average person just sat down and watched this movie, that they would start to identify with a character or two more than some other, because I think that they're different enough and they're written differently enough, but also kind of have these, like we've talked about earlier, these real world kind of conflicts within their own self. But, I sat there and listened to him give that monologue and was like, man, that kind of hits right in the heart.
Yeah.
And it's a common thing, right? To know the things about yourself that you wish were different, and to identify those and to want to kind of put those out there so that you're held accountable for them. And just watching him do that in such a raw way, like a broken person. He was married, he's looking for something, thinks that he has found it, and who knows whether he has or hasn't. But it just, man, it was one of the probably best 3 scenes of the film for me, was watching him deliver that.
In that scene when she said, because my jaw does that too.
I thought of you when that happened too. And then he just goes, "Does it hurt?"
I'm sorry.
That's
I
where
didn't mean to
Casey
make a punchline, because
identified.
what you said is absolutely true.
No, and the part where she goes, now that you've met me, are you fine with never seeing me ever again? When you have that type of kind of self-loathing and self-esteem issues, and I do know that feeling of like you don't wish to be a burden on people, and so you kind of withdraw, and the person that other people see who only casually know you may seem fun or exciting or funny or interesting, but deep down you kind of feel like you're none of those things, and you just want to save other people from having to deal with your baloney. Like, I know how that feels. And so I think that, that's, I don't know. I thought the whole thing was that, I thought that one scene, her and him in that date, was such a poignant, raw, great piece of film.
Well, my baloney has a first name. It's Oscar.
What about its second name?
Has a second name. It's Mayer. And I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say
Oscar Mayer.
The dichotomy of this film really is that.
Good job, babe.
Got a jingle.
Man, way to go.
Good job,
I never know any of his jingles.
You never know any of them. Yeah, I mean, look, I love this movie. I thought it was great. I think, you just put the cast in there and the acting and all of that stuff, and I'm in. That's it. And it's easy for me. I actually didn't even think it was that long. I think Casey's right. Maybe the fact that we had to break it, in half was a benefit to us. But, I would watch this again. I think I could come in the middle of this movie, sort of know where I am and still enjoy it. But yeah, it's a good one. Case?
I enjoyed it. I like Amy said too, that the acting was incredible. I really appreciated that. I do think that the only letdown to me was, I think that I got hooked really quickly in the beginning, like that them showing all these crazy coincidences and all of these and I was like, oh man, we're about to watch something really fucking cool happen. And we did, and it was great. It just wasn't really what I expected. So I think I was waiting for that huge, this is the tie-in moment. Sure. I think I was waiting for the person to be falling off the building and get shot by somebody else, moment. And then when the frogs happened, I was like, what the fuck?
And that's Crash, right? Isn't that Crash that's like that? Where that
it's also Valentine's Day and New Year's Eve are also the same thing. Where Love Actually, they're all really, really intertwined.
Yeah. Yeah. So I really did enjoy the movie, and I appreciated it, and I am glad that I watched it. I think there was a little bit less of a payoff than I maybe wanted, but that's my own fault because that was my own expectations. But
well, and also the thing is that it seems, I think Eric's right in the being able to identify with a character, and this is it's not over for some of them. It's sometimes a movie just leaves you to think, and this one did it just a smidge. Amy, you're not going to change your tune?
No.
Still fucking didn't like it very much.
I was looking forward to the conversation because I was wondering if it was going to be a movie that has happened often for me where I didn't like it when I watched it, but then we talk about it. That didn't happen this time around. I won't watch it again.
Well, that is unfortunate. Sean, do you even need to say anything? You didn't like it very much.
Normally I might shit on movies, but after this one, I text Derek. I'm like, I'm fucking confused, and I'm going to have to go watch an explaining video on about this. And then I did, and I watched Paul talk about it. And I'm like, yeah, you didn't know. So I don't want to say I don't like it, but I'm going to go with Amy. But also say, I don't think I'm the demographic for this movie.
Well, good pick nonetheless. Great movie. Glad we watched it. Sean, let's check the mailbag.
Let's check the email box. Email us at jaredgoestothemovies@gmail.com.
Yeah, also, I liked the movie, so...
Dude, I figured that your goddamn 5-minute fucking thing that I allowed you to do and didn't even interrupt you one time explained that you liked the fucking movie, dum-dum.
I needed more of a soliloquy.
All right,
even than the one I did.
Eric, how did you feel about the movie? Guys, I'm going to go
good.
pee. I'm going to go pee while he talks about it.
No, because I'm going to pee while you talk about it.
Well, you got to just finish these mail things so I can
Okay, well then let's go.
Fuck.
Hey all, a few weeks ago I messaged you on Instagram about asking about sending in movie requests. I love listening to the podcast and watching the live streams when I can catch them. Not only that, movies are the best thing in the entire world, in my humble opinion. And I've seen Bowling for Soup in concert more than any other artist. So this is a lot of big loves for me wrapped in one. Apologies because I couldn't pick one movie recommendation, so here's a list. The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Booksmart, The Heat, Little Miss Sunshine, Chips, and Band Slam. This one is a little off from the others, but it's music-centered, and I love it. Much love, Taylor Nicole Mullins.
I think those are great suggestions.
I don't know many of them.
Little Miss Sunshine would be awesome. Booksmart's like Girl Superbad. It's the shit.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that was on there that
They're all great.
Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie.
Would love to do Booksmart, by the way. That one is fucking great.
Yeah, those are great suggestions.
Yeah. Okay. We thank you
All
very
right.
much for the suggestions, Taylor.
New to this and not sure if suggestions are cool, but I think Eurotrip would be a perfect movie to watch for this group. Movie made in 2004, which was like, as a 10-year-old kid, was like, damn, this is fucking awesome, and I have to show as many friends as possible. Anyway, watching now, I don't think it holds up. Love to hear what the group thinks from Jake, your new $5 supporter.
What's up, Jake? Here's the thing, dude. I've never seen that movie. I remember people watching it back in the day. I think it'd be fun to check it out. So we'll put that on the list.
I think about that every time I hear that Scotty Doesn't Know song, and then I never write it down.
Oh, that's from that?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah,
I thought it was from, it's from another movie too, right?
No, I thought it was that one.
It's from Star Trek, I think.
Bob and June Make a Porno or some shit, right? No? All right. Well, either way, we're going to consider that, and we appreciate you writing in. Guys, you can also write into us and have your letter or email or post read back to you. Eric, how can people connect with us?
I'm glad that you asked. On our website, JarrettGoesToTheMovies.com. On Facebook, Jarrett Goes to the Movies, and the Jarrett Goes to the Movies fan page. On YouTube and Twitch, Jarrett Goes to the Movies. On each of those, you'll want to subscribe and turn on notifications. On Instagram and Twitter, at Jarrett Movies. On Patreon, that is how you can support the winning team, support the little podcast that could. Patreon.com/Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Email us, JarrettGoesToTheMovies@gmail.com. And you can text us or leave us a voicemail. The number is the same either way, 714-451-6021. That's 714-451-6029. Don't forget to join us next week when we discuss the film Meatballs. Sounds great.
Pretty excited about that. By the way, we do need to reschedule a movie, so nobody that works here go anywhere when I run off to pee here in just a second. Thanks for sharing. Joey Bishop, Barry Ferguson, Simon Rogers, Chris Pulse, David Kendrick, Clarissa James, Ben Watulon. Been way too long. Oh, been way too long. Woody Chambers, happy birthday, buddy. Everybody else, thank you for listening. Please subscribe. We'll see you down the road.